Hi, my name is Bill Fisher. I'm the chair of the IEEE Game Special Interest Group and one of the world's first video game programmers. Yes, that image behind me is the cover art for one of my games. We're going to talk about how to fill out the forms for the IEEE GameSIG competition right now. So let's get started right away. The GameSIG 2023 event is going to be held on Sunday, April 16th, 2023 at the Titan Student Union in Cal State Fullerton. This is our 12th annual game showcase. We're expecting a good crowd, just like we always have. We're finally back in person after a couple of years of being virtual only. This will be a hybrid virtual and live event. So we're looking forward to seeing you there and can't wait to find out more about what you've come up with. Let me talk about one thing. I'll just put up the slide with social media so you can see where to find us. GameSigShowcase.org is our primary site. We have a gallery of a number of years of past events that you can take a look at online. You can also follow us on Twitter and Facebook. So we'd love to have you there and following what's going on. That'll certainly be where we're going to be putting in updates as we go forward regarding what the event is going to do. So let me get straight to the point of what we're trying to do today, which is how to fill out that form that you need to be able to do in order to submit your games. This is a copy of the actual submission form, and it's very straightforward. What you're going to do is, first off, give us the name of the game and the date. Also tell us whether you're going to be attending in person or virtually. Either is fine, but we need to know so we can plan not just food, but also other people. The idea here is to be as simple as possible. We want, for starters, a one-sentence description of your game. We want a list of the team members because we need to know how to contact you on the day of the event, especially if we're virtual. That's why we need your Discord ID if you're going to be virtual. We want to know the target platform. Now, the good news is that you can be any target platform. We are not specific about that. And we're also not specific about age. We want to have appropriate content. So in other words, you know, if your game has stuff that would not be suitable for children, we're not going to put it in regardless of what the target group is. But other than that, we're very flexible and we're looking for all kinds of games, everything from educational to hardcore first-person types of games. We want a one-paragraph summary of the gameplay and its objectives. Keep it tight, keep it small, keep it simple. If you can't explain your game in one paragraph, then you need to rethink what you're doing because it's probably too complicated. Also, give us a couple of bullet points of the key features. This will help us as we're reviewing the game to make sure we understand what it is that you're doing. Why? What is your intention here? We'd like a couple of thumbnails of your game art just so we can see what kind of things it looks like. We also need to know what software libraries and packages you're using because it helps us understand in context if there's a problem with the game or if we just need to understand what target platforms it's for. It helps us to understand how you built it. Basically, that's what we're looking for there. Very important next item is third-party and ready-made asset credits. We need to know what you've done with stuff that's already existing out there in the world that you've used in the game. There's nothing wrong with doing that, but we need to know that you've done that because we want to make sure that some of the work is original and not all of it is just copied from other people. The other thing that we need to know is that we want to make sure that you're not using AI-generated assets. This is a new requirement this year. We don't want you to be using assets that are created with Midjourney or ChatGPT and incorporating those into the game. We're still very early in the world of being able to use those things effectively and understand the rights involved in them. And so our strategy right now is to say, don't do it. Just don't. Eventually, we'll have a revisit of this in coming years. But right now, the answer is don't. We'd like to know your faculty advisor that you're working with. You're probably with some college around here, Cal State Fullerton, Irvine, Chapman, or the many others that also participate every year. We need to know the advisor so we can contact them as well. Finally, the most important thing is the YouTube link. You need to give us a YouTube video that's 5 minutes or less in length that pitches your game. This is a sales pitch. This is designed to show the best aspects of your game and to convince anybody, user or expert in the industry who's going to buy your game as a publisher to be impressed with the game, to want to learn more about the game. So that's what this is for. You can also give us some other notes. Secondly, here's a list of game assets that we want you to provide. So if you've done stuff, you've got stuff from third parties, again, like I said earlier, it's not a problem, but we need to know. We need to know where you got it and what's being used. This is important for two reasons. First off, it tells us where you got your assets, but more importantly, it gives you the right, the obligation rather, to tell us where you got stuff, to give credit where credit is due. You can't just copy stuff off the internet that belongs to somebody else and use it in your product. You're not going to do that in a final product, and we don't allow you to do that in our game competition either. If we find out that you have done that and not properly attributed what you've done, then you'll be ejected from the competition. So it is a serious thing. Giving credit where credit is due is part of being a professional in this industry, and we want you to do that. Last thing is we have some survey questions we like people to ask. We'd like to find out, what were the technical challenges that you encountered and how did you surmount those? And how did your game design evolve during development? What kinds of things happened while you were creating this game that taught you lessons or maybe improved the way you thought about it? That's all there is to it. That's what we need you to do. You need to put that together, that pitch video, fill out this form, and send it off to us. There's a submission email address at the top of the form that you will know how to do. Just fill it out, send us a PDF, and tell us what the YouTube link is. We will judge that, and we will then pick the finalists for the event. There will be 10 finalists that'll be chosen. We'll let them know a week before the event, and then people will show up and or present remotely. That's all there is to it. Thanks very much for listening. Let me put up the social media links page again, so that if you want to try to find us, this is where to find us. You get all the information you need. The Facebook and Twitter links are on the web page, as well as a wonderful gallery of past work that we've done. We've had so many people over the years doing such great stuff that we have a lot to show, and we're proud to show it off. Anyway, thanks very, very much for listening, and we look forward to seeing you at the event and seeing your games.